Hey, this is Charles Lewis from Charles Lewis Photography.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. This is Todd Lewis, also from Charles Lewis Photography, and we're coming to you today with our brand new photography money making video. We're going to give you about a 10-15 minute video here going into some details on a couple of fast action things that you can do to market your photography business, to stay motivated, and to keep striving toward reaching those dreams that you have as a photographer. And what a great industry it is that we are in here. So,
Yeah, right on. And there's always people who are going to be negative and tell you you can't do it, it won't work. Now's not the right time, you're not in the right town, the economy sucks, competition is too great, and you've got to absolutely work every day on how you stay positive, stay motivated, and stay away from those people as much as possible.
you bet. And that segues very nicely into our first section, which is a motivating quote of the week. Maybe something positive that we can give you from somebody to keep in your mind as you go through this week and go through all of the challenges and things that you need to do throughout your week. This quote comes from author C.S. Lewis, no relation to the two of us, who said, quote, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." Uh, Age should never ever be an excuse to settle for what we have, or to not set a new goal, or to not dream a new dream. And if in this society, it can very much be kind of an age fixated society, I think, and it can become very
Yep.
easy to come up with excuses of, well, I'm just too old, or I should have started on this sooner, or everyone else around me is younger and they're going to have more energy, blah blah blah. Those are, again, just excuses.
Yeah, and you could go the reverse way too and say you're never too young either. Don't feel that I don't have the experience, I don't have the age, I don't have the education. If you're not careful, you'll give yourself all kinds of reasons why you can't do whatever it is that you really want to do. Every moment that we are alive, we should be going after the things that we want and striving to discover new and exciting things.
That's a great point about not saying you're too young either. But, because many people give the excuse of, in the case of being too old, well, if I'd only started on that, dream when I was 20 years younger, yeah, maybe I could be there. Don't do that. I mean, in 5 years from now, you're going to be 5 years older. Do you want to be 5 years further toward also reaching that goal? So don't let yourself fall into that trap.
Yeah, and many great people started out after a new goal later in life. For example, Colonel Sanders, Julia Child, Charles Darwin, even Gandhi.
Pretty great names there,
Yeah,
that accomplished an awful lot in specific areas that they didn't really start focusing on until later in life. So don't live a life where your dreams are shut down for any reason. Continue to dream always and go after those dreams with force and conviction. So thanks again to C.S. Lewis for our wonderful quote for this week. Moving on into a motivational exercise for the week here, keep you energized and excited and motivated. It does take, effort to keep yourself motivated. It gets easier and easier the more you form that habit. Well, we're going to help you by giving you something you could do this week to forge and reinforce that habit. Make a list of things you crossed off your list over the last week or month. So as you accomplish things on your to-do list, it's best not to delete them if you're doing it, on a computer. Don't hit your delete button. Just cross them off instead. So if you're doing it on a computer, what I mean by that is, I use Outlook is my program. It's very simple. I know there are other ones out there that are probably better, but I know Outlook very well. It works very well for me, and there's a feature on there that when I accomplish something, I can click the checkbox next to it, and it will just run a red line through it. It doesn't delete it. I can still read it, but it runs a red line through it that shows me that it's been accomplished. Obviously, if you're doing this on pen and paper, which is a great way to do it as well, don't throw away that piece of paper when you're all done with the stuff. Just cross those things off of your list.
This way, you can go back a few days or a week later and see how much you've actually gotten done because you're getting many, many things done. You just want to be able to keep yourself realizing that so you can stay excited and motivated.
This is especially motivating if you feel like you're not getting much accomplished, because it will remind you as you look at this list that, oh wow, I have gotten a lot done this past week or this past month, and it's good for me to remember that.
Include everything, even the little things.
Yeah, absolutely. And by little things, they may seem like little things, but again, when you start looking at this list, they all start adding up. Plus, you'll see how these little things are hopefully working on a bigger picture as you start looking at this list. So this will give you an overview of the things that you're spending the most time on and whether you're working on the things that really are getting you toward reaching your most important goals. So this is a great way for you to stay motivated, but also to keep tabs on where you're spending your time and whether those are the things that are getting you closest to your goals. All right, how about a fast action marketing tip of the week? Something specific that you can do in your photography business to bring in more clients. All right, this is something you can do immediately when you're done watching this video. Take a marketing piece that you've used before and, quote, mark it up. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, we'll tell you in a second what we mean specifically by mark it up, but this is a great tip for extending the life of a marketing piece.
Yeah, if you have a marketing piece, whether it's online or offline, that has worked really well for you before in any way, pull it out, mark it up, and use it again.
And by marketing piece, I probably should say marketing campaign or a marketing approach. Because, this will work for online stuff as well, for your website, for some social media stuff, things like that. Even some Facebook pay-per-click ads. That's harder to do with markups. You have to actually include a photograph. We won't get into the details of all of that. But when you're doing it online, what we mean by mark it up, online or offline, is simply, first of all, offline, take a blue pen and handwrite notes on the marketing piece. Circle things, call attention to different key points, add little hand-drawn graphics, things like that just give it this feeling of it being fully customized. And then when you replicate that, make sure you replicate it in a way where that blue pen, the blue handwriting that you've done, comes off as being blue in the copies that you're making as well.
Yep. And online, you can do the same thing by scanning these quote hand-drawn elements in and placing them on the pages wherever you want them.
Yeah, I mean, we're all becoming experts in Photoshop or programs like that. You can do this very easily in Photoshop by creating new layers and just putting these things over the web page graphics and things like that. Gives it this really personalized look. This gets people's attention. It makes your marketing feel more personalized, and it calls attention to the offer in ways that you've not done before. So could spend a lot more time on that, but again, we're trying to keep this a nice short video. Gives you an idea of something you can do this week to get some more life out of a marketing piece you've already used that's worked for you, or maybe take one that you like but didn't work as well as you would like and give it a whole new life. All right, it's time for our goals and planning section of this video. Please do this. Pause the video here. Take the time to look at your goals and your progress and plan your upcoming week. Success does not happen by accident. It has to be planned. It has to be structured. I know as artists, sometimes the word structure can seem like a naughty word. We just want to kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We want to kind of just let things flow. We want to go where the creative heart takes us. But as a business person, that is the kiss of death. So take a moment here to read your goals aloud, review your progress from this past week, and then plan out your upcoming week a bit. We'll wait here for you while you pause the video and do that. And we're back. Dad, you want to give them a little tough love here? Make sure they did this this part.
Yeah, this is important, and it's not talked about in our culture. Very few people actually teach their children, for example, to do this. You don't hear your parents talking about this kind of stuff, setting goals with deadlines, going over them every morning or the last thing every evening, every day of your life. That our culture just doesn't talk like that. And yet this is what causes people to be amazingly successful. You've got to be focused, you've got to know what you want, and you've got to be seeing that you're going after those things. And this is how you do it.
You sure do. So do it, do it, do it. All right, let's go to some final thoughts for this week. Things to keep in mind as you're going through the rest of the week. And we're very honored, first of all, that you're watching this video. Our goal is to make a difference in your life and in your photographic business. So please know that and remember that in life. It's not what happens to you, it's how you respond that truly matters.
There will always be challenges in life. That's inevitable. But it's the person who meets these challenges head on, the person who almost welcomes those challenges, who will succeed. Really, you are where you are because of the challenges you've had to face. That's what causes you to grow.
Stay positive, stay motivated, stay healthy, and stay smart.
We'll talk to you again next week. Have a great one. Bye bye.